there's no Sentinel. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Just because of how much Nuturn ping pongs around the mat, like back and forth, back and forth. TP,
The
TP.
seesaw?
Yeah, just back and forth, back and forth. Unless somebody's going to be willing to be that person to stay inside and anchor till the very end. Maybe that's what they'll do.
And with that said, it is time to kick off map one of this best of three here for the upper finals. It masters to Reykjavík between Nuturn and Sentinels. It is going to be very exciting to see how this one starts off. And it's going to be Sentinels on defense.
I literally thought Sentinels was going to win convincingly. I thought Nuturn didn't stand a chance. Now I'm not so sure after these vetoes.
On the shower side to delay, so you see the split already coming out from Nuturn, already expected that it's going to be slightly weaker on that B side, and they had that flash and dash available too. But it's still going to be the duelist working.
Damn, that was a good dart on that first guy.
The utility instead of Silva to clear things up.
And the push actually here is being somewhat dismantled. It's just one prong that remains.
It's just dueling,
which is the
just fighting.
long push, but
Just
starting to
in the open,
disperse.
no fear.
Literally crouched in the open. I mean, they have their whole team here, right?
But can't really leave him out there by himself. And ShahZaM's gonna
dude,
take him down, so actually
they might just win off just individual performance, if anything.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Just gonna.
If they play their normal game and just run through them.
Peri and lakia, I'm not sure exactly what they can do.
The problem is that if they give Nuturn like enough room to do these nutty execs that they have, then they could find themselves in some trouble. But yeah, if they just stay a little aggressive, fake some pressure,
And they want to set the pace.
I think Nuturn is going to shell up.
Get 2 kills into hookah to show that, hey, the split, we expected it, even though they had less players. It still comes down to the aim battles, right? TenZ opened up quite well. And Peri at this point, he's just
a decade of experience right there.
Build the economy and just let Sentinels. Hopefully, he could catch someone.
He dinked him.
Does get the headshot into dapr, but that's it. Sentinels, they open up the board in this series.
And that means we'll go straight into the anti-eco there. The defenders of Sentinels having the
dapr is so
will
good
be
at this
most
game.
on his SMGs, I'd imagine.
It's insane.
But what should we expect here
He has
from
so
Nuturn?
much
What do they
impact
want
in
to
his
do?
role.
Obviously, they did not get
Like
the
relative to
spike
the other
planted, so
people
that was
playing his
forced
role.
by, never mind.
Ooh.
Like
They
as
are
like
gonna
the
force
solo
buy,
anchor
alright.
a lot of the time. I agree.
And that's something that's for me unorthodox.
Hey, he's doing the
because
wall.
When you look at the playstyle of Nuturn, they actually just go for a force
The
buy
EU
once
wall.
to get a spike plant down, even if they lose a round. But losing the round, not get a spike plant, and going for a buy, they just want to try to catch up right away. And they only killed 2 players too, right? But you see at the beginning of the round, they're holding a default because of that.
Dude, they actually bought?
They forced. Yeah, they forced.
They're so screwed.
They hold back on a default, and Nuturn seems to be wanting to just execute.
But
and
just
go
be a short
fast
pop with the
into
breach
short game.
flashes.
They're so screwed.
So just already fired his Spectre, so I think that this is known right now from Sentinels. They know that there's a buy coming through here, and they are going to
That right there is why you can't do that against an Astro.
Completely denied by Sentinels. And now
I don't know why they thought buy-in was a good idea, though.
Now for Nuturn to get some kind of damage in on this round, and really there's a huge amount of pressure to get damage. They've done no damage so far.
Ooh.
There's one headshot, a second comes through from Lakia.
Well,
That is at least
Try
Do
and
some damage.
Yeah. Took away some guns.
We
All
actually
right.
do love those
Little spray and pray over there. Didn't work out, but
on this force buys that they have, and it just shows how an asset
Almost.
right now could be very detrimental to these explosive plays from Nuturn, right? As they're trying to dash across, you saw those stars came on the ground, Nova Pulse, Gravity Well. It just splits up only to Jet allow by himself inside
That's
that
so
site,
funny.
and it's just an easy picking from an off angle just by towels, by the double backs at the A site for Sentinels.
At least he
So
killed
that boils
some
the
on their
plan.
full
Nuturn
force.
Couldn't even cross into the site. This should put them on a full eco right now for Nuturn.
That's actually so
But at the
dope
same
that I
time
think
here,
TenZ
Dan,
is like the only
when I'm
Reyna in
thinking
this
back
tournament.
as this force spot
Yeah.
for Nuturn and lakia.
He's really hard to prepare for because no one else is
on
playing
the
him.
4th round, they should still be able to go
I
for
think
that's
true.
standard full rifle rounds.
it's not like
Trying to
Reyna's
build- or
much to
trying
prepare
hurt
for,
the
though.
economy from Sentinels
But you have to
away
worry
on
about that
second
person
round
just playing
was that
super
goal at the same
annoying and
time.
disruptive
But
and then
unfortunately, with
dismissing
only 2
away.
kills with the Sheriff,
That's like something
there's still a
unlike
lot
any
in
other
the-
agent.
in the
I mean,
hands
like,
that
I
they
like to
play
think of it
offense
as just a jet. Is that weird?
And then we can see that bought line towards
Oh,
showers.
well,
to
Arena
gain
can
early
like
showers
play like
control
front
for Nuturn.
APC and then
Yeah,
dismiss
and
to
it's
the
a change of pace
backside,
then.
whereas
They
a
have
Jet
actually a viper
like doesn't really have a
wall close to the
dash
side
ability,
instead.
so Arenas
really
can play like
adding a
these
little bit more
weird
utility
off
towards the shower
angles
side, leaving
that
showers open, but they're
are
looking to
very
play more
difficult to account
passively,
for
right? Playing
without like
towards the
Sova
U-Haul,
utility
and they can play the
or
resave
Sky
on the A side
Flashes
as
or
well.
something.
Well, basically you're saying like certain off angles and tight angles, like a jet dash would work, but it would just get you in another vulnerable position and you die. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Reyna
exactly.
you could stick her there and she'll get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They have such an enormous advantage on the weaponry that they just should never give peeks to these sheriffs. That's how they lose the round, is by giving a peek.
He
up to the
misspoke.
sheriff, a headshot.
He
If that was a
misspoke. I
headshot,
understood what
that'd
he's
be a
saying.
5v4 suddenly. Yeah, you don't want to give those ones up.
You know you can spam that corner where Solo's
They're
in?
doing a good job.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was talking about this with Paper Thin at the same time too.
With
the
a
aim
Phantom?
training
No,
Or like with a Guardian?
in Korea in general.
It's nice.
is just
Didn't
trying
know
to aim
that.
out
Yeah,
with the
it
sheriffs
owns.
in warm up until you're actually able to hit maybe 20.
That's what you do in blind. You buy Guardian for that spot specifically.
No, on this map, I buy it a lot because you could spam through all of you as well. Or yeah,
Yeah.
you.
Dapr hiding in a forward
That's true.
position here with the
It's
judge
nice.
in
And then
Hookah.
like the spams on shower, like that's even better.
Hello,
It's
there's
just
a
better. It's just a
3D
better gun to spam
for
through.
Solo. That's ShahZaM
random
down.
shit.
I think that gun is recoverable indeed.
I
So
catch
something
myself
like
shooting
that.
through a lot of walls on this map for some
Not a good
reason.
range for the judge, and suddenly it's getting a little hairy
That's
here.
good, though.
Playing for the
Players
content,
in
you
this
know?
close spawn scenario, and the spike's going to go down just in the nick of
The YouTube
time,
clips?
because
Yep,
Zombs
mhm.
knows this lineup's there, and
Does anyone know the
Sentinels
spam
will
yet?
try
Have
to
anyone learned it?
assault this B
The
site
pillow
to get
spam,
control
or?
once again. Solo
Oh.
able to get one. There comes the flash. Oh, he's in such a good position.
Oh, that's a big
Oh,
round for
converts another
Sentinels to lose,
asset
actually.
away. Comes
What a
through
flash.
to finish it off.
That was so good.
Wow.
Nuturn, what a conversion. I don't
Talent.
think Sentinels had any idea.
Would you
See how hard that
expect
was to
Solo
do?
lurk?
The breach lurk.
No
Literal
pun
breach
intended
lurk.
at that point.
Like winning
Solo
them
went by
around.
himself up towards Long B, made it all the way to spawn side, and said, we know the Viper wall's there. We know that there's potentially a judge being played from dapr from that previous round. Let's just play the long-range battle. And for him to catch that kill and take the Spectre
Wonder if
after,
Zombs had stars.
to allow the rest of Nuturn to work towards that
If he did and he didn't use them, he's fucking up.
was huge. Dapr, mid-range with a judge. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. He loses it towards Hookah, and that was a much-needed eco for Nuturn. Because look at this, the tides have turned. They have the economy advantage for Nuturn's side, and Sentinels. It's now Sentinels' turn to be on an eco. But that said,
It's the dev nade right
does
there.
have a Marshal. He's playing towards his B side, where
I fear that nade.
Once again. So you're just again trying to hold the economy.
Those show
back
matches
relatively
back then were
cleanly back
rough.
on the defensive
Dude,
side,
they
and
were
trying to have
rough.
rotate numbers in the end.
Oh. I feel like that was supposed to provide
I think Nuturn
positive attention
trying
for the
to
game, but it actually backfired
as much
hard.
as they can
Yep.
for Sentinels defense. And Sentinels, they do of course really want to lean as many.
Like looking at it
as
now, it was
possible,
fine, but at the
given
time,
that that's where they've seen the pressure.
People
They
got
have
so
no
mad about
information
it.
on
yeah.
It's so funny.
Anytime you play a space like this really does call many things. The information to know what's going on,
Yeah.
and
Might have
you
worked
can
a
see
bit.
they're just walking back and forth.
Yeah, so ShahZaM, his recon dart came up, he shot it towards Long B, and TenZ is still watching Hookah Long B with the Marshal, so they had the right numbers advantage, and now they're guessing that it's going back towards B, and this is a perfect call.
Yeah, great fall line coming through the epicenter.
Did he hit
there as
that
well.
midair?
Sen's
Yeah.
trying-
He did.
Oh,
Yeah.
actually hit him. I think he leg shotted him there. Lakia,
That right there,
both
though,
getting the entries,
if
however,
he
and
didn't do a quick
beautiful
scope,
stuff.
if he just
I'm
left,
just
he would have killed him
enjoying
right in the air for sure.
very much
Just because of how
the
accurate that
use
Marshal
of
is.
breach.
Yeah, and
You-
you shoot so fast.
It's so
too.
fast. Yeah, he
Most
had enough
enjoyable
time
thing
to
be
left him
watching-
twice.
Watching them play.
Dismiss, backside, take his
Bring
gun.
out the
Woo.
breach.
Just imagine.
I mean,
And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a case of holding against these
it's just
remaining
killed like
weapons. It
4
should
off
be-
that.
That would be so
should be
sick.
child's play.
Yeah, I've learned to use the Marshal. I don't even scope in with that thing. I can't hit anything with it scoped. I just can't.
There we go. Sick, trying to do some damage there.
I use it like a better sheriff.
And he'll get taken down for the prime
Yeah, I
game.
feel that.
Oh.
I can't hit any of my shots with any gun anyway,
And
so.
you're right,
Yeah,
Dan,
true.
just the amount
You always
of
miss the
vault
first
lines,
shot.
that's something
You get
that
like
we
Yeah,
the
actually
third or
yeah,
fourth.
th-
North
yeah, thanks,
America
Jordan.
ourselves. Once we had Zeta that actually came into North America and was playing that breach, right? And he even played at some point with 180 ping and was still able to get aces across the board in North America. So now that we have a finer taste of how good he is in terms of the utility with the breach on different maps such as Split, for example, as well with Cloud9 currently, it now shows how good Nuturn
I wish this game had like
overall
some
are in terms of
wacky
this
crosshairs.
flash and dash composition
Not just
that
like
it
how
came out
Counter-Strike
with,
has
and
it
that
with
it's
like
still
the different
very
ways
much
of just
viable
size,
in the
length, blah
scene
blah blah.
right now,
Like I wish there
on
was
the
like some
Masters 2
weird
stage.
custom
So
ones.
keep an eye out here for
I feel like you
Solo,
should be able
the
to
way that he
tilt the
wants to
crosshair
open
instead of
things
being
up
just like
here
a
for
cross. You
allow
can make it
and
like
also
an
the
X
suggested
essentially.
Oh, I
sites,
see,
right?
like-
Because it's not only about
like
the
the
Like,
Sova
literally just
symbol or
rotate
whatever,
it.
right? Yeah.
amazing TenZ
Yeah, exactly.
allows Suggest to just
Also think they should do like
sabotage it to the
0.5s
site
for all
and
the
open it up
sizes.
as well to
Because
find that
1920 is
information.
kind
So
of
it's
rough
very
with some of the
well done. They're gonna
crosshairs.
continue to activate them that way.
Imagine 1440.
Yeah, huge
You're on
pressure coming in
1440?
towards
Yeah.
the A-short position again.
Like 1440. Oh, like you're on 2K.
Yeah, all the
Like,
crosshairs on 1440p. All the crosshairs look like shit. All of them. That's why I wish I had a custom one.
And normally we would see
Yeah,
Shroud's
I've never
control for
played this
Nuturn.
game
They've
above
actually opted
1920.
not to go for that, and Sentinels are
Does it look
actually
sick? Or is it
pushing
just like
Shroud, and they
super
see
high
that,
def?
like,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
just
actually
more
going to
clear,
convince
yeah.
them possibly that, hang on, there's nothing going on towards A.
should
And
get
I
a
can tell you,
monitor
if I
for
go to
that.
1080, everything looks blurry. So
Why would Nuturn
it's doing something right, I guess.
Default right now for Sentinels, because again, another recon dart meanwhile went towards B, but here's the explosion towards the A site. Oh, that's a beautiful flash there coming in to allow ShahZaM to get the kill on zombs.
That's what we need to see. I want to see more of that. The dash with the breach flash.
Indeed for Nuturn. 2 players on shower side for Sentinels though, and you can. Oh, what a call from Nuturn. There is TenZ still to worry about on the site. If they can deal with TenZ, they're in a great position. There comes the spray through. That's good to deal with TenZ. The recon dart sent forward as well to try to take control of the
If he had his
site.
gun out, he might have won that fight.
Across the map at the moment, it's indeed the spike is on the ground by the TP.
It's close.
Doesn't matter.
Sat on right now. Nuturn have no way to recover it. Lakia's going to go down.
It's just classic.
It was a great idea to readjust, knowing that there's 2 players.
It's weird that they just took full control of U-Haul, like cleared all of short, but that was like the misdirection, and they're still trying to go B.
Yeah.
I don't even think it saw that player from Nuturn at Long
It worked, kind of. They needed a spawn smoke to support that hookah rush, and that guy Garden needed to wait for his team.
Yeah.
And then it
I mean,
would
TenZ
end.
got the free kill.
Yeah, and then it would have worked.
And
a similar story than that pistol round. They dropped the spike.
they just didn't have a smoke for spawn, so the hookah guy died.
I mean, TenZ ended up losing the duel, but still, I don't know, you want to crunch together. I think he lost the duel, right?
Yeah, he lost the second one. He got a kill, and then ShahZaM got a kill from spawn to hookah.
Yeah.
There was a smoke. Yeah.
Trying to see somebody's playing close inside the area. You see that they're also setting up for a flash and also a fault line to allow ShahZaM to get into hookah at the same time to gain early map control. But then after that, the spike's still down though. They're still trying to see if Sentinels are going to try to play that hand where sometimes they want to push forward, but Sentinels are not. They still have that 3 players on that A site, 2 towards B, and just a utility from Astra is going to be good enough to try to hold them back.
There's a lot of really great small details here from Nuturn that I'm enjoying, but it looks like we're actually going to get the execute into this A site. Rolling
Oh, someone's gonna kill while breach vaulted.
With a Spectre of all things.
And he gets a second one too.
Oh my god.
He's going to trade out zombs, but it's all on Lakia now against multiple players. It's not going to happen. Sentinels defend 4-2 now. The score in favor of Sentinels.
That's just unlucky, really. Steal.
There are so many
2020,
things that
one.
Nuturn
Just
doing well.
unlucky, really.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Just really unlucky.
It's, you know, they're using a utility.
It's like they literally had to waste 2 ults on the U-Haul guy, and the U-Haul guy still got 2 kills off of 2 ults being used on him.
Back, try to take control close into showers. It was a nice paranoia, a self-play from peri to try to come out and win showers, but somehow ShahZaM, sorry, not ShahZaM, but TenZ is towards that shower side. So ShahZaM is.
Only I'm ahead of you. Have you refreshed in a while?
What's your time?
133, 132,
You're
131.
You're 1 second ahead.
Okay.
Let's see.
Ahead.
Okay, now I'm 26, 25, 24.
Yep, exactly same.
You always just fall behind slowly.
Yeah.
Happens or I do, I guess.
It's bad internet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Astra utility is ready and waiting to defend this B site. Question is, will Nuturn go back? They certainly can, and they certainly have the utility to deal with dapr in that Viper's pit.
Correct. Lakia still has his Owl drone if they decide to fall back. So if they could waste out the utility out here. So he starts with shock darts just to add presence. That paranoia is going to be huge, but it still seems that they might want to commit at the beginning here.
Whoa, great catch from ShahZaM. Taking down Allow as he dashes forward.
I think that was his dart. He threw that dart like straight in the air and it tagged the jet as he dashed in. That was kind of sick.
Fantastic stuff there from zombs. Gets 2 kills out of it. But through the TP they'll go right now. Already suggests that. Solo still hanging out by Market. Is going to find himself 1 sick, using the satchel to try to get back to A quickly. Knows that it's effectively a race to this site. Still has the paint shells. Still has the satchel. Can Sick find the first player? Yes, he can. There goes Lakia. A right click on the paint shell. Sick nails the clutch.
Just too easy, really.
1v2, no problem at all for him. And there's the defuse as well.
Yeah, so there was like he had to
2.
back up to get out of the
That's just very
nade,
nicely played by
and
Sick at the
he
same
just couldn't
time
shoot
as
at the
well.
same
You
time.
did say here,
That was
Ted,
good.
he
That was
had
well
the
played by
paint
Sick.
shells,
Mhm.
But he didn't want to use it right away. He knew that with about 15 seconds left,
And the
he
teabag,
might
and
want
the
to
satchel, of
Wasting
course.
money,
or
dude.
even
Come
go for a
on.
straight TP into B, which they still had time to
I
do
want to
for
see how
Nuturn.
the Jet
But
got
to just
tagged.
let
Like
them
what
plant,
tagged the Jet as he was
push
dashing out?
aggressively, and just to try to
Not gonna
catch the
show
first
it,
one off
but
guard,
It's definitely
knowing
that
it's
dart
gonna
that
be
he
a
shot up in the
1 versus
sky.
1
I
no
just don't know
matter
where it
what
landed.
here on this first contact.
I don't know if he winged it or if it was
On
some sort of
the other hand,
lineup.
TenZ forcing Solo out
Yeah.
in an area where he has to play back instead of moving forward because of the radius of the paint shells.
it's also so strange to me that their breach is the lurker.
Yeah.
2 versus 1, a Red Bull clutch.
No
on
way your
top of
only
that.
flashes,
This
I guess,
round,
Omen
Nuturn,
2 or your
It's going to
lurker.
be a force buy coming in, or maybe a half buy, but it's going to be the
Yeah, they
Ooh.
it only seems like they use their flashes early to do something like that. Get some like control, and then they leave it.
Maybe commit to it finally, and they open it up with the first kill.
But I guess it's fair to do it.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like they don't.
Hold on to the showers
I feel
control
like
with Sick.
unless it's a set
Actually has the
strat
showstopper
that they do, like a
available as
set
well, if
exec,
you've
they're
seen
not
that. It
flashing
is
while they're taking something.
an eco, so I might want to try.
You know what I mean? Like if there's no jet
Yeah.
dash or satchels flying in,
With the
they're not
fact that
just.
they
Yeah.
He's not there
player,
because
it
he's just
does
lurking.
start to feel quite
Just sitting in a
scary.
corner somewhere, yeah.
Ooh, the timing of
It's
that one,
weird.
Sick comes off the
It's
angle
different.
just at the wrong
I don't
I
know.
guess
I
they
don't know
had
if it's
this play.
bad.
It's forced away.
No, yeah, they had this play in shower, and then they had to play U-Haul where the jet
Shower
dash.
point.
And other than that, I feel like he's had like
Exactly.
2 or 3 flashes the
They're
whole
cutting
round.
noise, but they're
Yeah.
Still trying to again try to get a pick towards his B side. They can
It's
still
almost
make a
interesting like that.
rotation, but they're
Even in
still working
post plants,
towards
they.
his
I
showers,
feel
and
like
that
they're
pick
using
was
their
huge.
flashes
Look
just
how
to
bad now
delay,
Sick is playing. He's playing all the way
rather
towards spawn,
than
so he can try to
like
rotate
NA
push
or
something.
NA would
Yeah.
do something like push
They
and
might
get
be able to
control
take
and
this
try to
A
get a
side now with
pick,
Nuturn.
which I think is
Pick
the
up
better
the
option.
net,
But
showers as well, Sick. With
Oh
the
my
spray,
God.
takes them
Ooh.
both down. Allow was trying to get spacing to trade Solo, but walks into the spray. Unfortunately, for
sucks.
Nuturn.
you're up 2 numbers.
It was looking good, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
20 seconds
You're
to
up
go.
2
They've
numbers,
got to collect the
5v3,
spike.
and then
We
it's
see
just
ShahZaM on
even.
his way to do so. Has to ferry that across now to the site to plant. Very limited time
Here comes
here.
the
Sick
ult.
He's going to satchel through. Oh, he's
Yeah.
actually insane. There's the showstopper as well.
He got off the
to
bomb, too.
just seal the deal. Is there time? There's no bodies left alive to carry that spike forward. It's going to be another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Sick has been fundamental there on that hold. On that
Yeah,
previous
I'm assuming
round.
what happened
Just,
was they
again,
saw
it was
their
a close
bind.
shot
They're like,
that he
nope.
missed from shower
We're
side
not scared.
towards the spawn side at the same time at the attacker spawn.
Not like
This
it's
one
looking
right
really
here.
insane right
Just
now.
Spacing was a little bit off this time for a Nuturn. They were looking for that fight for Sick. He's using that cover perfectly in front of the APC to even still get
I just
a wall
don't
bang
really
on
like
top
the
of
way
that.
that
You mentioned that
Nuturn
showstopper
plays
at
their
the beginning
attack
of the
I'm
with
round.
their
unsure. Yeah,
agents.
I'm
It was a
unsure
perfect time for
what.
him to hold it back
Like they got
into the
those 2
final
picks.
seconds to make
I
sure
feel like that
he
could have
gets
been
his
an
kill here.
easy
It's
group
not
and
too
just
bad, right? It's a 4
exec
versus 2.
together
I
smoke
don't believe that
flashes.
it's wasted because
But-
Yeah,
But
but they
now you're
split,
down
right? They
number
tried to do like an
nine.
A
With the
split
way
with
that
2
Sick's
shower,
playing,
3
the way
short.
that he's
Yeah.
moving down
When they
towards
have
his
no
A side and
weapons,
also
really,
from time to time
is kinda
while he fights towards the showers. Look at the
interesting.
minimap.
You're-
They're
Like if
playing
they,
it already. They're
the
playing
second
some
they got
stars.
all the way up
They're
shower, I
playing
feel like the
some
breach
control
should have walked
from
up short and
zombs
like
at
flashed
this
back side or
area where
something too.
potentially you still want to farm these orbs up from Sick's side. So Sentinels are playing this quite well here where Nuturn, I know they're trying to force these rotations out, they're trying to force the hand, but they're not getting too much out of it so far since these gun rounds came in.
And one quick note as we are here in this tactical timeout from Nuturn is, regionally speaking, the difference in, the whole Vandal versus Phantom debate definitely seems to be that the Vandal's a little bit more popular in Korea than the Phantom, which is definitely, that's in North America, it's Phantom or bust, I feel like.
Oh, man, it depends on the maps. I think for me, I'm both. On a map like Bind, I do love playing the Vandal at the same time, especially on defense.
I was like,
I
did
like playing
TenZ
the
ult last
headshot
round?
from
He
back
must have.
inside to battle out towards hookah area. But then
I don't
again,
think he
this
got
is-
any.
this is only
Did
time
he?
to play, right? So it's easier
I'm not
picks.
sure if he ulted,
At
but
the
he
same
definitely
time,
didn't
at
get
pro
anything
level,
if he did.
I did see some.
He probably
different
ulted, it
opinions
expired, he
about
got
it, even
one.
on land. The Vandal's been looking
Yeah, maybe because
pretty
he still has
crispy, so
a point.
I feel like he did it
Yeah.
super early and it just timed
Suggest
out.
and Lakia are kind of using it, right? You see how clutch they've been in the past games. Suggest continues the high percentage of the
That's
headshots
crazy
the
that
way he's playing. Lakia
he's
with
the
clutch
only
that
one
he's had
playing
versus,
Reyna this whole
versus
tournament.
version 1. It's been pretty good for them.
It
So,
is. I think
I'm
it's the
not
first
against
pick of
this
Reyna, right?
mix
No
Uh-huh.
other teams played on any of the other maps.
Yeah.
Rifling for Nuturn, but with now the pause
That's kinda-
coming back,
that's
you
crazy.
See a lot of bodies from Nuturn.
So I feel like
looking to
Reyna's
get the
pretty
showers
common in
control,
NA.
or sorry, the hookah control once again. Great delay.
Okay, maybe not
great
pretty
delay
common,
with
but
that
more
for
than
actually
one in
crash
all
the
the matches.
Snake bite.
Yeah, and the pressure on Hookah is
I don't know, I
pretty
think
strong
pretty
from
common's
Nuturn
right
this
to
time,
say.
actually showing presence directly. They're not just utility, but players. And they have also peri on the Omen sitting at short A in case Sentinels respond by pushing short. as dapr sometimes plays closer around that position. Nothing doing though for Sentinels around that spot, so Peri's going to rejoin the rest of his teammates, which definitely suggests to us this is going to be a committed play here onto this B site. The Sentinels looking ready for it.
They're doing something. They're execing somewhere.
Yeah, you have dapr once again. He could slow things
Do they
down
fake it and hit the
everything.
TP, or are they just going to send it here?
I think they hit it.
It's going to be a last-second hold, but it's off solo that they try to execute into B again for Nuturn.
dapr somehow avoiding absolutely everybody on the
Wow,
side.
dapr played
Only
that
to turn around and
so...
three players. dapr
Oh
might
my
get
god, so
forward.
well.
Lakia's gonna take down
He
both
completely
back
saw
to
that
the
guy
side.
that was
30
revealed on the
seconds
right
to
hand.
go.
Or I don't know if
Grabs
he's
the
revealed. I don't know if
spike.
Silver works
He's
like
out
that.
there.
But
Straight
that
through
guy
the
that was on the
TP
right hand
towards
side just
that
ignored him.
side to go for a
Worked all the way
fast
around.
1v2. There's
He
gonna be
was
time to
breach
do this,
stunned.
and
He was
given the
getting
cosmic divide, this actually
Sova
prevents it.
ulted, and he still
Sound
somehow dodged them and got 3
And
and
Lakia,
almost a 4th. That was
he may
insane.
be able to find a 1v1 here. zombs is close. Lakia turns the corner, but zombs knows he's got a great timing on that one.
I'm not...
The off angle
Yeah, I'm not really
does it,
sure what...
And Lakia's down. Another round in the bag for Sentinels.
Oh, that was his own teammates.
And they were ready,
But
Dan. You mentioned
I'm not really
it,
sure what
not only
happened.
for
Was
dapr
it?
inside that
I think
site,
it
but
was,
fact that he
yeah.
also
That was
had
the
two
Sova
more
ult was
players,
the
one at
his
Okay,
own
it must have
teammates.
been.
His own
back
teammates
to
hit
the
him,
site
yeah.
just to trade off if needed. But you don't need to trade out if dapr is going to go ham like that. And not only that, yes, it did execute quite well for Nuturn, I like to say. Solo going
Well,
with
we'll
the,
be able to tell in a
the fault
second,
line to
because
allow then
if
to
ShahZaM
get
still has
the
his ult.
Hunter's Fury. It did
Wait, no, it was the
tag
other
actually
team's fault.
onto-
You see,
onto one
the
of
Sova ulting
members
from long
of
TP.
Sentinels inside that site.
Yeah, I'm saying
But
his
when
teammate hit
dapr
him.
pulls up
That's.
use
I
of
thought
the
it was
screen and
ShahZ's,
the
but
Viper
it wasn't.
Cloud, you're already coming in with decay on top of that, so you're melting down, getting into the site. So anchoring a Viper.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that went so wrong. dapr just... If dapr
looked
didn't...
good.
If he didn't wrap around that left side, I think they would have won. It all just came around dapr going around that left side and just completely owned them. Because they were all on the left side pushing and trading the left.
Why try to fix things, right?
I feel like the Astro wall was big too, because it supported him to not die from the hookah guy either.
Yeah.
That's really good.
With that showstopper, able to take down one. That's U-Haul control in the bag. And
Okay.
finishing another one off with the classic. This is a great look so far from Nuturn. They've got full control of the site. It's a
What just happened? They just win this so convincingly. What the hell just
Yeah,
happened?
they win the last round how they did, now they lose a round like this. It's just so Valorant.
It's not looking fantastic for them at all. TenZ will try to bully his way forward, but
Daz just left or what?
Tag him and he's going to be forced back.
They're literally...
Yeah, pretty
This is
pretty quiet
a
game so
very
far by
bad look
TenZ
indeed
too.
for ShahZaM and TenZ as they make their way forward. Nuturn not overstepping.
I mean, I feel
not
like the
overplaying
only
their
reason it's
positions.
kind of quiet for
Nice
him is
headshot
because
angle
his
there
team
from
is kind of
Sova.
owning.
Catches ShahZaM as he
I
drops
feel like
down.
everybody, like, dappr's holding well.
Now TenZ will try
Yeah,
to
they
block.
also are-
Like, they're all holding
Wait.
well.
Wait, did we speak too soon?
Won't be able to defuse the spike at this point, but maybe he can make it hurt on the way down.
Oh, it's looking
Yeah.
that way.
I feel like Sentinels plays very unconventionally at B. Like they don't fight for hookah. They have Viper stuff there, but they're like turtling in the site. Or they feel like most teams will try to like hold hookah or like have like a hookah trap, or the Rays will try to nade through the TP and stop it. Sentinels just like, yeah, you can have hookah, but you're gonna have to enter into the site, and we're gonna have 3B every round. So good luck with that. I think it's hard to play against.
I'm wondering if that was a read from Nuturn, and that's why they hit so quickly at A.
Yeah, you saw the Rays like boombot into or satcheled into U-Haul before they even realized what it's all. Yeah, it could have been. But now, in typical fashion, they're going back to trying to default again, and
are fighting strong for Nuturn inside the showers.
there it is.
Denied by the gravity well, and pain shells to come out from Sig just to push them further back.
Dude.
Oh, that
Yeah,
almost
great
took
movement
someone
there from
out.
Sentinels
I think
to
they were...
deny that.
They might have still been vulnerable.
Nuturn, I think, you know, they're in a position now where they need some control of something.
That would have been
They don't
epic.
have hookah control, they don't have be long, they don't have
Ooh.
showers.
Just
Really
whiffing.
need
Completely
something to
whiffing
come
those
out into
darts.
their
Just-
control.
yeah.
And it looks like Sentinels are never giving
Come
up
on, Sova.
showers. It's gonna
Yeah, you
require
can't do
a
us
pretty
like
big
this.
investment for Nuturn to take this away. Nuturn are just holding though, they're just waiting
God, you
it
should
out
see
so
me play
far.
Sova. I'm so bad.
They still have the pain shells coming out.
Yeah,
They're waiting for the
you're probably
recon
pretty
to come out
sick.
for lakia at the same time too. Like
My
some
darts
SPUs
are the
inside
worst.
showers Just so they can push, allow
You just
others.
wing
So
everything?
they have
Yeah,
to
everything.
control
I don't have a
it.
lineup for
Oh,
anything,
not
so
much
they
of a
just...
utility.
They can either be...
Nonsense.
They're either
This
absolutely
is actually pretty
insane
good for
or
them to get
garbage.
free
There's no
buff.
middle
Looking
there.
at it from this minimap, looking to be another slow default for Nuturn. try to force out a rotation. With
You just gotta learn some lineups. They're not that hard. Just gotta double bounce them and full
Yeah, but the
power
problem,
and-
so the problem here, like with me, is that you got to learn some lineups. So I play the character, I learn some lineups, and then I'm bored, so I go play Jet or I go play Reyna or I go play someone else, and then I play them for so long that I forget the lineups. Then I go through that whole process again.
Yeah.
So then I just accepted the fact that I just won't do it, you know?
Beautifully well, and he's looking to get more here, but
Yeah.
actually able to convert some frags.
Sick is
Still
owning.
Damage from U-Horse up to Solo, and he's just too slow for that one. dapr swings around the side with the Spectre to close things out in this round. Another one here for Sentinels.
I'm actually surprised they were able to make it out of shower with 15 seconds left when they had Asher still. I don't know if there was a star there, or maybe he used a suck on short. But
four Sentinels did work quite well on the back of how Sick has been playing towards this U-shaped hallway. So with that, the run and gun very strong for that Spectre
Toxic, really.
And the Sentinels are just
really just toxic. Yeah, just
I'd like
NA
to see a little
mentality,
bit
just
more
so
right now
toxic.
From Nuturn of just like maybe exploding into these sites, playing these defaults have been working a little bit here just to at least get the spike down, but they're losing a lot of bodies right now at the
Time
same
to
time
alt
when they're
10s and
trying to
just
force these rotations
own
out.
them.
I think again, leveraging how Solo plays with his utility to enable maybe a double duelist to get into the sites, they could come out with something on top later on.
On the Viper's Pit on A short again from dapr. Previously, when dapr did this,
I definitely don't know what you got across.
Nuturn just went for a
I don't think it's
full
a
B
matter,
block,
but
they split B, and it was
It's funny because they've pretty much given
wonder if we'll
hookah
see
every
something
round,
different here,
but
because you do
they're
have
still
Shell's
wasting
control here for
Boombot,
Nuturn.
sometimes nade,
Will they just
first
try to
Sova
go
dart.
around dapr,
I
or
feel
will
like they don't
they
even
go
need to waste
through
all
here?
that.
There are two players still around B, which may try to sell something. Perry's there as well, so 3 around B here for Nuturn.
Oh
There's
my
one to
god,
track
dude.
zombs. Is he going to finish this one off?
Oh, he got him.
Absolutely. Zombs is down. Lakia,
That looked just difficult.
what
That looked
damage from
difficult to
And he
do.
got It is, and he got a 1D
Now
off
Al's made his way from
right after that
Shroud.
ult
It's
too.
just devolved into pure chaos here in this round. dapr could be the man to maybe bring some
Uh-oh.
sense of this one.
No.
Able to take down Solo, but the trade's through,
4v1.
and now TenZ is alone. So
TenZ got this, right?
very
Certainly
low
he
round
wins
there.
these.
His ult
It
is
works out
gone, but
nicely for Nuturn.
Just went down. Only half armor as well.
We were talking about a default force to rotate. I think off that Hunter's Fury.
Knows
and
one's
On
heaven.
top of that, I like the idea of ShahZaM pushing down.
He's got
Kills
it.
Jet,
to try
full
to
suck,
catch Lakia
Yeah, he's-
150.
when
yeah, he's got it.
pulling out the Hunter's Fury. But to be able to get a flick shot, it was probably off. It was definitely off camera, but probably was a flick shot coming in. From
Pulling the
Lakia.
Asuna,
That
walking
was
around with his
actually
knife
just a
out.
call for
He knew
Nuturn
he was
to
there.
get into
Yeah,
this A site.
I don't
It
know.
all came
Maybe
down to
he
dapr
figured
at
he
the same
dropped, I'm
time,
not
but to be
sure.
able to have good positioning from Allow and from Solo to trade that off right away and secure
Good
the
half
round
still
on a low
by
buy.
by Sentinels. Was
It's
big,
at least
8-4.
something that's positive to end the half for Nuturn.
Oh, they show the 1D after this
It's a
too?
Great result.
ShahZaM whiffed.
Such a good
Mhm.
defense there from Lakia. Able to catch the punch.
I think that if he got that kill, the round would have been theirs.
4 rounds, it's definitely workable. And again, something that's been so fun in the past to watch from Nuturn and
Wait, did you just say
like Vision
he pulled an
Strikers
Asuna?
and, teams from this region
Yeah.
is what
Is that what he
they
does a
do
lot?
with a
Knife
breach.
out?
Yeah, he runs around with his knife out a lot.
Flashing the jet in.
I respect it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just,
really
you
cool
know.
stuff, and we might see something like that here towards long.
Sometimes you get caught.
Especially when it's two
So
players
yeah,
on
and
their
sometimes you
right
look like a
side.
god because you
But
just had such a
Allow
fast
is
flank.
Potentially coming it down with Suggest at the same time, but Zombs is waiting for it. So they didn't go for a flash. They played for a contact. They're playing for a lot of bodies. Super passive play for Sentinels, and they know that the A site's good now. dapr is already inside the A site.
They're not sure if
Four
Field's under
push.
control, though. They will slowly try
A
to clear
4 push
things,
long
but
B.
Nuturn actually
I don't know
still,
if I've seen that one
bouncing
before.
on B, so they still have a ways to go.
It's not terrible because now they have
So this might go down
a
to the
triple
last
flank,
second here,
but-
easily.
Yeah, but it's just going to be so many bodies watching that fight. They might be able to catch Zombs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, he was able to come out
Ooh,
fast
this
from
is
Tristan
not
this
looking
time.
good.
So a
Are-
perfect
they might not
crossfire
expect
setup
Zom.
for short A here, Jet.
Uh-oh.
Oh
It's looking
no.
very dangerous here for ShahZaM. Sending out the shock darts, the snakebite will delay things somewhat.
Oh,
for Lakia.
no.
So
He is
Page
dead.
Absolutely owned. There's nothing he can do about that. TenZ and dapr
Oh,
left standing.
TenZ got-
doing the damage
no.
here. They don't know about TenZ.
They're running around with their knives out
And he's gonna
too.
be able to heal off of that kill and finish the job.
The first guy just, the breach just knife out trying to run this site. Just no fear of a guy in U-Haul at all.
Just seem to be closing time and again.
Yes, it's just difficult there for Nuturn. Yes, they had the numbers advantage, or at least a lot of bodies to set up for these trades, but when you're playing
Your chat
with
is saying
less
that was probably a
information
counter
of what's
strat, because
happening
apparently the
inside
last 2 times they played blind, they did the same thing.
rotating across, you're just trying to go for
I don't know
these,
if they're trolling or
these
not,
peaks.
but...
And sometimes they're guessing a 50 or guessing the wrong angle. TenZ is waiting there. Sentinels had a perfect crossfire setup on the first get-go, but still
The
having
4
TenZ
walk down
as
long
the
B?
third player anchoring
Yeah.
the U-shaped
Oh.
hallway after the
So people are like,
plant.
they always
Just
do
a
that.
little
Like,
bit
Really?
okay.
there for
Yeah.
Sentinels to guarantee that round. Beginning of
With
this
4
round,
though?
there's been a lot of utility
Like
from
4 people.
Sentinels inside that showers. Gravity well in. The
I can
rebound
understand
dart,
a
and that
2,
forces
maybe a
2
3,
players
but
to turn
4?
stick down towards shower. So they're not
Yeah,
putting too
usually
much information to push
you
it down
see
towards
3.
TenZ, though.
I don't know about
And
4.
it's going to be, actually, sorry, it's Sick going back. So it's just going to be a slow play for Sentinels right after that.
The A-short push comes through, though. dapr is waiting for a beautiful angle on this one. Oh, actually gets spotted, and they might be able to finish him off here, and that would be a great result. He is proving to be quite troublesome.
God.
TenZ is there for support, so...
If there's a
Nuturn
player
will
you
get
don't
cleaned
want to
up
feed eco
after all
kills
is
to, it's
said and
TenZ.
10-4 now. Sentinels with quite a nice lead. But
Yeah.
we will be going into the first buy rounds here for Nuturn, and so this is where the comeback starts. If there is to be one, it needs to get started right here.
So twice that Nuturn tried to go with the contact play with the pistols. First time on long B, second time just to try to see if they could run for a double peek down towards short A, but super passive play from Sentinels after the initial utility that was thrown towards shower side to really funnel them.
You got practice today, Hiko?
I don't, actually.
By TenZ with that bulldog.
Weekend?
Early jump peek
What day
coming
is
out
it?
from
Friday?
Lakia, just as
Friday. We had a
So
couple
we had
teams
presence there. You hear the
cancel on us,
bulldog
so I
coming
think
out from
we're
Sick, though.
trying to practice on
And Sentinels
Sunday
are
instead of
looking to
today.
gain the early map control on this split.
Something like that.
dapr lurking on his side at short A.
Yeah, dapr's pretty deep here. He's going to actually just dip completely through the TP. He'll go. Nuturn quite well set up here to defend the B sides. Solo baiting for Allow there. Scary position to be in, but as Jet definitely answers. A nice flash coming through from Solo. Lakia spots the
There we
second
go.
one.
Some aggressive breach flashes.
Big pickup though. Allow will finally go down in hookah, and the push comes through to completion.
Why not
on
practice
this B
every
side,
day? Because
especially with Lakia
that's just
going
not how
down.
it works.
Again, it looks good at the offset for Nuturn.
Every
Quickly
single
turns
day?
around.
Every single day you're going to line up scrims
I just
with
love
no
the Sentinels. They
cancellation
don't wanna
of
give
other
any type
people.
of pacing early at the beginning of the round.
No.
It was perfect to start things
Nothing.
off with the flash to allow Lakia to get that kill. But as
That's
soon as they
that's
lose a
rare.
player for Sentinels at long B, they double
Like, you
swing
might
into
think you wanna
hookah
practice
to
every
overpower
single
Allow
day.
and just open up the B side after that. So
But
you're
then, just
losing a
like
player
Hiko
towards
said,
long B
today,
for the
3
defense.
teams
Solo's
canceled
by
on him.
himself here
What are you
towards
supposed to
the,
do?
B side as well. And
Teams
Sentinels
you're
just
practicing
plays a
against
numbers
canceled.
advantage, and unfortunately here for
What do you do?
it is going to be a save for him, and Sentinels will be moving up to another.
You watch
round,
matches,
and
I guess.
it looked good at the beginning, but they still don't have an answer when Sentinels actually execute into the site. And you still have to be careful for dapr, though. The way that he's continuing to lurk like that, they're
Well.
controlling the pace quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's looking like the beginning of the end here already.
Seeing that they
Yeah.
sort of split the defense across hookah and long, and really relying on the breaching ability to allow a good defensive
That's so
option,
unlucky,
but
dude.
You see, like,
yeah,
it.
just look at how
He's
Sentinels
peaked for
just
1
come
second,
through
and it just so
super
happened the
on
timing
their push.
right
They
when the
decided to
Sova
go
dart
in
was
there
like the
looking
scan
really
was
strong.
reaching him.
You're just going to continue to condition now some early presence from Sick.
This was
This,
Nuturn's
sand
pick, I
side
think, right?
into hookah. A little bit of a change, though.
You
for
can practice
Nuturn.
solo.
You're playing now
Doesn't
breach inside
really
the,
work like
hookah
that,
area.
but
A 3-player stack from Nuturn on the A site.
sometimes
Still, with
practicing
what's being
solo
thrown at the
is a
beginning here for
negative
Nuturn, they don't
impact.
get that much
Like, if you were to, okay, so if you were to
Sick just holding position
instead, like, okay, imagine
Meanwhile,
this. Imagine a world in where you're practicing against professional teams and scrimming for a week, okay? And then you take your same team that you practice with, and they all decide to do ranked instead.
Sick is making his
for a week.
presence known towards B long.
That's
so
bad. That's not
definitely the
practice.
option to
That's
go
just bad.
onto this
You know?
B site shortly here for Sentinels. In fact, Sick is going to.
There is a world in which no playing can actually be a positive
He's
outcome.
going all of the way here. Sick with an extremely forward position. They have no idea about this one. How deep will he go? Is he going to try to actually get into spawn? He's going into spawn. He's going all the way. Solo though from up top.
He took out the classic.
Deal with zombs at least.
Are you trying to explain why pro teams don't play 7 days a week?
Yeah.
12 hours a day?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, someone's like, why not practice every day to be better? And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I mean, playing too much hurts.
Yeah, bro.
Most of the time.
Lakia has almost diffused it entirely, and there it is. There's nothing that Sick can do.
And also, even if let's say you were the one that wanted to do that, just like today, your practice, your teams that you're scrimming against, canceled. What are you supposed to do then? Play ranked? It's not fucking practice. That's not practice.
Just have like a 8-hour-long theory crafting session. It's like, yeah, that's, you know.
There's a point and there's a cap in which you like when you're like even like when you're practicing, like if you just like go too hard, you're actually just hurting yourself more than you're helping.
Yeah, you don't know. I have a wild term for you. Diminishing returns, right?
Yep.
You practice too much, and it actually hurts you more than it helps you.
Yeah.
If nothing else, like your mental with the teammates, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to it. People just wouldn't get it.
No, they. Yeah.
We're this is a J omega little B, and you know we should just be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The timing is really bad for Nuturn on this one. Sentinels picked a perfect moment. Very well played. Peri in the back halls there would suggest not a lot to be done at the moment, especially with the smokes down. But yeah, that gravity well, it completely blew up the Nuturn's aggression on long, and because of that, they were then just caught in a really awkward timing. So especially those Astra gravity wells, man, they're something to deal with.
They've definitely been quite strong, because at the same time too, you're showing a body down towards that long B, so you think there's going to be a little bit more presence there, so you're still
people took your diminishing returns quite literally, too literally, I think.
Yeah,
I think they took it so literally that they missed the point. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes you got to pick your battles with Twitch chat. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes you just let them just ride it out until they forget.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this match is not even close.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, I don't want to say it's not entertaining, but it's just like Sentinels are just pushing and just killing them every round, it seems. They just have no chance.
Like, I was worried that they let Bind in, but Sentinels must have like watched them play Bind and realized we could take this. Like, we'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we thought the same thing, that, oh, Sentinels doesn't really play Bind against most teams. We'll play them. And then we play them and they beat us like 13-4. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that was great. What a great thought process we had there.
Because Nuturn wants to get aggressive, right?
That's what I'm saying, though. It's just such an awkward playstyle to play against. You don't get to, they don't play Bind the way normal teams or the way most teams play Bind, where, you know, like I said, a lot of teams will fight for hookah, and Sentinels just basically says, we'll throw some utility in there, but you can have hookah if you want it on their defense at least. And, you know, good luck trying to execute. We have 3 guys in like triangle formation in the site, ready with Sova Dart and flashes and Viper. Like, it's hard to play against that. And, you know, Astra sucks from across the map too. It's just like, what can you do?
And I think this is what the second tactical timeout that Nuturn's used, right? So they don't have any more left for the map. So you don't only need to focus into this round. Of course, you have to focus into this round, because losing this round, you lose the map. But you have to also think 2 or 3 rounds ahead. How can you now start anti-striding, understanding how Sentinels currently plays? And outside of those gravity wells towards long B,
Peri is not having the great one. Not having the great one here.
What do you mean?
I think he's like 1-13 right now.
Peri?
I believe. They're Omen.
Oh, Peri. Oh my god. I thought you were... Wow, my brain. Okay.
What Peri do you think I was talking about?
I thought you were talking about Penny, and I'm like, what match are you watching right now? I misheard.
It's always the Omens. It's a meme. And in ranked, your Omen is always like the worst player.
It's just about figuring out a way to get into a setup where you can use both of those effectively.
Dude, I just realized, what is this? This comp for defense is terrible.
Trying to hide it by starting it.
Yeah.
I just realized what comp they're running right now.
killing blow of the Hunter's
They're
Fury.
double duelist breach,
That was
and
some
they
early
won what
information
3 rounds on attack,
for
and
Nuturn.
they didn't do anything explosive. That's what we were talking about even on their Haven. Their Haven just looks odd.
Huh? We're about to see it.
But after that, now you're falling back.
Is Haven map 2?
I think so, yeah.
As that Aldro comes up,
Let me check.
you had Sick walk in, and that's an early kill, a great way to start things off for Sentinels. It's evened up on a 4-4 right after.
Oh
though,
man,
but
this might be a
Sentinels are still
quick
looking
2-0.
to team up and work towards
This might be a swift one.
So Jester's actually making his way over as well. Might find a timing. Has the Vandal too. Going to be key in converting the kills here and holding Hookah, which he will do successfully. Allow comes in, out the TP. dapr with the trade though, and that is the spike. Recoverable there for dapr. He'll grab that one and ferry it back to safety.
I think he knows he's in showers.
To the A site.
You heard him or something.
Where is the
Yo,
A
boys,
site
I'm gonna
player?
dippity
I think TenZ
for the
has
day.
a somewhat
It was
of
fun,
a
though.
read here.
I
TenZ
see.
is
You
going
came back just to
Later.
say you're leaving.
Yeah,
Whatever.
all right, you've been gone for a while.
You've been gone
All
for so
No.
long, you come back to say you're leaving. You should have just left, man.
I should have.
No, I'm just
I've
kidding.
been sitting.
Toxic.
Arrow comes through. He knows he can
Alright,
dive through the
GG,
snake
guys.
bite. He knows
Later.
the time
Later.
pressure is on here for Sentinels. dapr has to go forward and plant the spike.
That's really
Suggest
just
could
so
make a
dad
break
of him
try
to do
deny
something
it.
like that.
And there is the peak
I'll
for
be honest,
TenZ.
if that was
It's
me,
off
I
the
would have just left.
in the 1v2. Nuturn alive.
He's
in
been
this
AFK for like the last hour.
Yeah.
It might be overhead just here unless peri can come up with something.
Wait, he's back. Shh, he's back.
And they will
DR,
hear the
DR.
stepping that peri's making. They will have a read of his position. Peri using the time that he has. Has to walk through the toxic.
He tried to go
streets. It
through.
doesn't feel good here for peri. I
Like,
think it's
nope,
fully
going
filled up as
back.
well.
They tried to
Leading
go
all
through and
the way
he
from the
hit the
clock of Sentinels
box.
Until finally TenZ will finish off
Oof.
peri. And
That
is
was
the
that was
first
painful
map
to watch.
in
Yeah.
the bag for
They deserve
Sentinels.
it.
Position right now
They
for Nuturn. So you
look
see it
by
right now,
far like just
on
the
their-
best
on
team
their
right now.
end, still no switches coming through. They still want to play solo as that breach initiator for this double play that they have, and they've been good at it actually on these set plays to work towards at least the long C executions. I love the flashes from solo.
Stop being salty that 100 Thieves didn't make it. I'm not. I'm sad that we're not there, but like, you know, you have to put some respect on Sentinels. You got to put respect.
Is just how TenZ was able to move around with that operator as Jet on the A side.
Any kind of
They
like
had to
team
find a way
drama
to
or like
stop it,
teammates
and I
or
think they
whatever,
hit the
it doesn't
full
matter.
points
Like,
of
they look like the
that
best team,
key
and
for solo on
they
that
deserve
first
this,
map, and
so
for Nuturn could definitely
we're
be
getting live
a
here.
detrimental
Let's see
onto
what
how
ends up
TenZ
happening, but
could
think,
set up as Sentinels on this
I think this is
or
about
at
to be
least
the
on this
swiftest
A side to
2-0 of
start,
the whole
as
tournament.
they're looking for
Maybe
control
not,
here
though.
for Sentinels at the choke point area. It won't spot anything, so they might be able to rotate one player back.
Both Nuturn and Sentinels feeling one another out in the early moments here on Haven. You can see that's, I mean, we've seen this from Sentinels so far this tournament. They do often like to opt into just playing quite a passive opening just to really allow their opponents, well, allow themselves time to see what their opponents want to do.
I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday,
Not
but
really showing any weaknesses or
Nuturn plays this weird like hyper aggressive comp, but they play it very passively. They play it very like they don't really like dash up with the breach flashes usually. They default a lot instead of being like hyper aggressive, which is different than on teams that run double duelist breach. So we'll see if they've changed anything or if they're gonna get stomped in Haven like they have the last 2 times they played it. Hopefully it's a close one, Chad. Hopefully we get a map 3, but
it's not going to work. But look at this. They're falling back to try to sell a fake towards this A side because peri stays inside this corner. So up to solo.
this weird
and
thing
also
too
up
where
to lakia.
their breach
They
is like
throw
their
the first
lurker.
goal line.
It's
It
so
forces
weird.
actually ShahZaM to rotate towards the A side, but the hit
Diction?
is still going to happen towards C.
13-6 Sentinels win this
Yeah,
map.
I love this from Nuturn. Really trying to big brain Sentinels here, but there comes the flash, and Sentinels now know exactly what's going on. 6 deep, he's in the cage actually. He's gonna have to try to pick. Oh my god, Sick is nuts! Great shot there, and that's going to eliminate most of these entry fraggers here for Nuturn. 7 seconds to go, they've got to plant the spike. They've got to stop playing the spike, there's no
Oh,
time.
he stopped it. No time to
Zombs,
plant.
He's done it.
It's over.
The round is impossible to win now, there's just no time. And Sentinels will pick it up, despite a few extra kills coming in late here for Nuturn.
Wow. Well, I guess that's a silver lining, right? They get no spike plant for Nuturn. Solo gets 4 kills and a death.
Like, I don't know if Shroud. I don't think Shroud's back yet. But dude, these guys have such an aggressive and like such a good comp to just like dash, satchel, flash in, but they don't. They're running the clock out every round. We saw it the last 2 times they played Haven. It's the same thing. They're executing with like 15, 20 seconds left, and they have to go through Cypher cages, Astra sucks, Dart. Like, it's so hard.
And no force buy this time from Nuturn. Lakia just hopping up, looking to get in towards B. Well, he destroyed a tripwire for his troubles, at least. Oh,
wow.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice catch. Oh, speaking of a good catch, solos. Gonna take down zombs as well. There's only 3 players left now for Sentinels.
Oh, no.
This is getting quite awkward. They have to get the spike though, and it's actually back window, which is precisely where TenZ is. TenZ could still save this round. He spotted the spike. Oh my goodness. Well, there goes Peri, and he's lit up Allow. Like, Allow can't really fight TenZ at all, and TenZ knows it. He's gonna finish him off.
At least Peri got the kill before he died, right? So that actually puts TenZ on his own. It's
This
a
is
2
winnable
versus
here.
1, but TenZ could definitely be the clutcher.
Oh, they wasted
look at
breach
that.
ult
The
for
rolling
this.
thunder. You love to see it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Your back trap?
Yeah.
He's
That's
gonna
a
use
bad-
the
that's
rolling
bad
thunder.
timing.
I love that.
In typical Nuturn fashion, they just get demolished piss round by time running out, and then this round they force and win, but off a breach ult. Breach ult second round.
Oh, you're saying Nuturn played a slow pistol and lost due to time, and now they got...
And now they just push and kill everyone.
Okay. What's their comp? Is it the standard?
Same,
Yeah,
same to dead.
Same thing.
Jet raise breach, yeah.
Yeah, same as... Dude, I feel like it's such a dated comp, man.
It's like first strike comp,
Yeah.
Almost dodged that too with a dash.
which at this point is like 6 months ago now.
It is Sentinels on this marsh.
I wonder
10,
why.
so it's
Why are they
super
running this?
eco here for them.
I mean, it's work. I mean, they've gotten this far, so it's got to be working,
but-
kind of.
Yeah, but the thing is, not off their Haven. This is the third. This is the okay. The last 2 times they played Haven is, what did you say? 16-3, 16-4.
13-5s, both of them.
Or sorry, 13, not 16. My bad. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they're playing this hyper aggro comp, and they're not playing hyper aggressive. They're not abusing like jet raise breach. Their breach is still lurking.
It's hard to say though, because remember how we found out that Nuturn has the worst starts ever?
Ooh, sick.
Yeah.
Their worst starts were on Haven. Haven was the first map that they got 13-5 on, both BO3s.
40 seconds, so like a
So
good
I
amount of time
can't,
to
true.
I can't, I don't know.
relying on dapr.
You know, I don't know how accurate that is. If they always have such a
Down
slow
towards
start.
C-Long, get that information, and
Was Haven the first map both times too? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. Both 13-5s were the first map, and then they ended up winning the second one, second and the third one. So they might just have a really, really not a bad Haven, but a bad start.
Well, you wonder if it's just also the regional difference too. Just on Haven, all these teams are playing Astra, and you know I don't think Vision Strikers plays Astra on Haven. So if nobody from Korea really plays Astra, and all of a sudden they're playing all these EU and NA teams that do play Astra, or even like the post plant lineups, like the Viper, Brim, Killjoy, Sova, it might just be they haven't seen this. They haven't had to deal with like trying to X you with 15 seconds, and all of a sudden you're getting Astra sucked, arrowed, darted, like everything.
Yeah.
And have less bodies for Sentinels, less chances for Sentinels.
That said, I mean, they're halfway to their normal score line, so
just running down that map,
That's
right,
fucked
trying
up.
to create that diversions, trying to force the rotations, and running back towards that C side. It's something definitely night and day from their bind play, where it was static on a default to try to figure out Sentinels. But so far, it's been going pretty well to control the map at the beginning.
For some
the
reason,
side.
Nuturn's
Speaking about control
playstyle
of the map,
reminds me of
they're controlling
T1.
default
I don't know
once
why.
again, as I mentioned that. But,
because
on Sentinel's side,
that's how T1 plays as well. They walk around and try to X you with like 15 seconds. They do like the old school CS thing, or I call it seesawing. I know you.
I said ping pong, but seesaw's way better.
Yeah, it's they seesaw around. They try to find an opening, and if they don't find one, they execute with like 15, 20 seconds left.
Running low on those. Hunter's Fury comes through. Oh, this is a fantastic.
I'm not trying to say Korea is a bad region or anything. I just think they're not used to it. It's just a different playstyle.
Such a smart read. TenZ got the information, knowing they grouped up in a lobby. It's hard to dodge that Hunter's Fury if you're shooting.
Ryan was saying that T1 is just all over the place, changing their comps right now, trying to figure out where they want to land.
Still a problem, and the dash too.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing Sean said. There's just so many like different comps and agent lineups you can run that it's hard to land on something. like what is considered meta?
Yeah.
Every region has their own meta.
Yeah.
There's the spike. I mean, Peri can do whatever he
I feel
wants.
like what's meta is just what your team can do the best.
Yeah, pretty
Like that's
much.
pretty much what it is.
Because
Because like
Like, you know,
as
if
weird
you
as
have
it
a
is,
goal-
because like they're professional players, but as weird as it is, some people just like they just can't perform the same if they were told, all right, you're our Astra now, and they were Jet the whole time. You know, some people just can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that are actual like can only play one agent. Like there's Jet one tricks that can only play Jet, and so they base their agent lineup around that knowledge.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that's. I don't think if you're that kind of player, I just don't think this is the game for you, in my opinion. If you want to be a long-term player in this scene,
I agree.
I think you need to learn to adapt. You need to up your pool, and you need to be constantly ready because like Riot isn't Valve. They're not just gonna sit here and let the game just exist and do nothing.
Exactly. I mean, I feel like my team talks about it a lot sometimes, and we think that like depending on like what map you're playing, if you're starting attack or defense first, the team you're playing against, like it'll eventually be flexed to whatever agent is best against them.
Yeah. That's what Sean said. Sean said that same thing.
Just makes sense. It's gotta go that way eventually. This game is just so new. You can get away being a one trick for now.
Dude, if dapr got one entry, this would have been a super easy round for them. One entry kill on that exact. Oh my god.
Peri's feeling himself now.
That was a nice shot. One entry though, then that would have been convincing.
It would have changed everything.
Yeah, that first kill. That dapr kind of whiffed.
I
feel like it's so easy to whiff in this game, and I don't know why.
The standard way, usually when you see an Omen inside that C choke and he throws that paranoia.
Makes me mad how easy it is to whiff.
At the same time, though, you have some great flashes being thrown by Solo just by the same spot at Logs 2 to flash the default in the back.
It's just like, just don't whiff. Just aim better.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know. You just, like, what could, like...
We can't all be like you, Shroud. We can't just all have sick aim.
No, I was saying that from a personal experience, man. It's so easy to whiff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But look at TenZ's position. He's in a great spot for 2.
Maybe it's my res.
And there it is.
Maybe it's just everything. Res, crosshair, mouse, change it all.
Looks like everything's being defended quite nicely here by Sentinels.
Well, I can tell you, it's most definitely not my computer. That I've guaranteed throughout my whole career.
You have a NASA right now?
Yep.
An okay job.
It's just the 5950X. It's so good for this game.
Oh man, I kind of want to build a computer with that.
What do you have?
At this point, you're trying to figure
I have a 10900X, I think.
Oh, the Intel?
Like
Is that
an
an i9?
i9. Yeah, i9. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's fine, but I was told at the time that the i9 was better, but now everyone's saying the AMD is actually better. So
Yeah, that one, it's not bad, but like it's definitely good. But for whatever reason, the AMD CPUs are just so insane on games like this. I don't know why.
yeah, you're just running around World of Warcraft with 7,000 FPS.
I wish, but still very high.
Oh, sorry, 6,000.
6,000, yeah, 6,000.
And the showstopper's going to come out here for Suggest as well.
What was that noise?
Entry into the A sites.
Someone was sucking a straw.
It looked like he could have gotten the crash
what I heard.
on the player in heaven, but they'll still get the spike planted. Meanwhile, though, Sentinels are coordinating for a retake. The Cosmic...
Oh.
Stream dead for you too?
Oh, that was you too?
Yeah.
Heck, everyone else is seeing it. Oh yeah, what the heck? It died for both of us at the same time.
Takes one with him. I mean, Lakia
Is
has
this refresh?
Yeah, you gotta refresh. That was weird.
The flick is
Oh.
pretty quick there from Lakia, but still just too much to handle. And Sentinels begin to pull away again.
Just a couple people left.
Just a beautiful
Me and Hiko.
from Sentinels, because
Couple.
not only the Cosmic
a
Divide,
couple.
it allows Sentinels to get into the site, but combining
What
it
time
with
is in your run right
the
now?
gravity
27,
well at that
26.
default, After
Okay,
a plant,
you're a second
you're
ahead of
sticking
me.
around that area as a plant carrier, the plant spiker. You're trying to watch that window side. You get pulled
20,
away,
19,
and immediately
18.
headshot it from heaven side. And
I
that
don't
allows
know.
Sick to also throw the curveball down the
Okay,
window
you're probably
towards
still. That's
L,
whatever.
and
Yeah.
just drops for a solo play to get that kill. It's been
8,
very difficult
7,
for Nuturn to set up
6,
a crossfire on that
5.
pulse plant, and Sentinels does a great job out of that. And because of that, this puts Nuturn on a lower buy. Looks like they're forcing up here with a Spectre and a couple of chairs.
I don't
But
know.
they've
I
worked
think
their abilities and have worked their
I think in
ultimate
10,
with this
15 minutes
before.
we're out of here.
And now that they have
It's a wrap.
I think
like
I'm
like
thinking the
13,
same.
like 13-4 or something.
13-5, just keep it consistent for
Yeah,
Nuturn
why
on this
not?
map.
Yeah, some early presence there towards A. Solo, in fact, is going
Does this mean the loser of this plays V1? So V1
No,
could
V1's out.
Oh, V1's
V1's
oh
out
yeah,
now.
V1's out. That's right. The loser of this plays
They have done this
The
a couple
winner of,
times,
like,
Nuturn.
whoever-
Liquid
Like,
Fnatic.
looking to be, especially
Yeah,
when they're on
okay,
these low
yeah, yeah.
buys. So at this point, it seems
So
like
tomorrow's like
Zombs
I think tomorrow's 2
has a lot of
matches,
anticipation for
and then
that.
Sunday's grand finals, right? It's gotta
TenZ,
be.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
smells weakness, and he'll pounce.
Kind of a dude. I don't know. There's only 10 teams, but I feel like there's so many matches. It started on Monday. It's ending on Sunday. That's crazy.
ShahZaM, yeah, this could
Yeah, that's a
actually be
full
an
week.
opportunity. The Astra Star comes in though.
It doesn't
That
seem like
double
it's
protects
so
that.
close to being
That
done
could
too.
be,
Like
Yeah.
literally in 2
and
days.
that will
Like tomorrow
push
is
that
we'll know
across
who's in the
back for
grand
safety.
finals against probably
That said,
Sentinels.
though, maybe
Yeah.
there is no safety. He's gonna have to fight his way out of there.
Oh, that looks so
it's
laggy.
ShahZaM. He's gonna do just that.
Are they
Great
sure they're on
job there
land
with
or?
that phantom, and he seems like he'll be able to hold this one off by himself.
With 20 seconds left, you've gotten 2 kills. You've upgraded into a Phantom. Are you going to try to hurt more economy or just try to go to save this weapon? Looks to be the first part.
I feel like I think it's so long because I just remember CS tourneys. 4 days, 16 teams.
You remember? I mean,
10 matches
have
a day.
16
10 matches
Yeah.
a day.
we would have 16-team tournaments. You'd fly in on a Thursday night. You're home. You fly home on like a Sunday night or a Monday morning. Like literally 16 teams in 3 days.
So many matches.
To be fair, I mean this was a whole all double elim, all best of 3, and double. I guess that's everything.
Yeah.
A one shot to the dome.
BO5, I guess. Wait, once we get there.
Is grand finals BO5 confirmed?
I'm
So
pretty
with that though,
sure.
Nuturn looking for a fast push inside the sewers because of these knives, and they open it up onto TenZ.
Yoink.
That is glorious there.
I feel like you found the equation. Anytime you see a breach flash early, it's instantly just they're doing something aggressive. The breach doesn't flash, doesn't use any of his like non-free abilities unless they're doing a strat instead.
Yeah, he won't just throw a flash.
I don't know if there's a dash available.
No,
but
just
like
not even as a fake.
Yeah,
Literally,
just-
if it's a flash, there's a jet dashing or a raise satcheling in.
Comes through onto the A site, but meanwhile, Suggest has been lurking up into B, and the positioning game is well into.
They have all of B, but like I feel like.
However, dapr
All right,
can still
sick.
cause problems.
I don't think it's not as crucial as having all of A or all of C
To B.
to yourself, you know.
Oh.
There comes the paranoia through.
Oh.
Six still good for the frag, though.
Yep,
Sentinels
there it
getting
is.
all of the kills as
Oh,
they come back
no.
into the site. Suggest he thinks that he's being unseen,
Okay,
he
so
gets caught by
the
dapr,
fact that
the rolling
Suggest was in the
thunder
back
comes
of sight
through,
and
the
kills
bomb
0
up the
after 2 of his teammates already died, that's just
flames.
that's so unfortunate for them. Oh no, everything's going wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but like, what was he doing?
It
Like
seemed
playing
like
the
they had
long
some
game,
control
letting
for
his whole
Nuturn,
team get
but
ripped apart, and then he was gonna save the day.
After all of the
Why not be the
action,
first? Why not be like the
the
first
action was
kill?
very
You get a
convincing.
freebie.
The Sentinels.
He definitely could have killed
He could have easily,
Sometimes it's
could
not
have
about
easily
kills
killed
too,
one of
right?
them.
It's just that single
probably the
fire
Phoenix,
that was
right? He got
spiked
flashed by the
dapr on that right
Phoenix
side
flash,
of
but
B, where
there was an angle where
Phoenix
he just like tried to have
activated
too
by
much trigger
walking
discipline
over it.
when he should have just like
Just showed the
yeah,
hand of
what
the
is
Yeah,
it?
he was going for the gold.
Oh,
He was going
man.
for all of it. He's just being
Yeah.
greedy with
But
it.
the fact that they used a Hunter's Fury and the
To be fair, it is kind of
put
unlucky
back
that like the
to push
last
attackers
guy
away from A.
actually was
You
the
know
one that
hit
went to
is coming
actually
from
double
the
check
side
to make sure no
anyway.
one was
So
shield.
after a
Yeah.
plan, you already
He
had
could have
two
definitely
players
walked away
switching
with like
back
2
to
or
the
3
choke,
there.
and they didn't give a chance for Nuturn to set up for a post plant and to try to run through a hot hands like that with all these smokes. Not necessarily achievable there for Nuturn.
Now,
Everyone's saying-
maybe they were planning something crazy, like let them all in, and then do a breach ult that cuts off before Gong, and then he just goes in from the back and just owns.
They've had some sort of success getting into
Because they did use a breach ult, so maybe there was a plan there. But it just didn't happen.
That would be 5-head. I don't know if I don't know if that tactical level would have. Well, maybe, you never know.
Show an upper hand from Sentinels' side.
It's just the same,
Yeah,
you know.
I think
We
one
can
thing
beat
that's
this.
interesting was
You can
that
beat this idea to the ground, but it's like
Nuturn
Nuturn is playing a super aggressive comp on attack, and they're not playing aggressive enough with their comp. They're just getting picked apart before they even gather. Like they're literally like taking slow individual battles and just.
I kind of got here late. Well, not that late, but I feel like I haven't seen any garage control from them when they could just take it easily.
Yeah.
They could easily take it. They just blow up one side, flash, it's theirs. Roomba,
Yeah.
flash, it's theirs.
I mean, a lot of meta in NA is trying to find where the Sentinels are playing. Like you know, we talked about this in the other, even the EE game. It's like find where the Sentinel, the Killjoy or Cypher is playing, kill their trips, kill their shocks, or shock their trips, or just kill them. Find where they're playing, and then you can do something off of that. But dapr has full, like, he's not afraid at all having 2 trips and both of his cages in C site the entire run, and his camera is not even getting like found and shot either.
Yeah.
Just the round they finally take garage, maybe.
I feel like they were planning it, and then Sick peeked and killed one.
Good peek there from Sick.
And here comes the dash with the flash on the back box. He's going to be on top of it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
They're waiting. They're letting
Or-
Sentinels rotate.
Oh, he didn't go on top of the box.
Nicely here. Allow goes down. dapr in his own cage.
Oh, no.
Cause problems here. Able to get the reload off. Lakia unable to really get the space.
Can you not spam that? Surely you could.
I don't think you can. If you crouch there,
No, I don't believe it. Spam the tip of the head on that angle, looking down.
there's a metal box. Like the metal part blocks most of it. Maybe you can do a little damage, but
They are really getting quite far ahead.
Oh yeah, and you drop the spike, unfortunately, as you're trying to move up towards this C side. That's a great pick from Sig. Look at the amount of headshots he's landing right now.
Did you just see what that raise did? Hello?
Just peek and die?
No, they were double holding garage, the garage peak, right? They were holding, one was at the grass box and one was at the grass
Yeah.
wall. And as Sick peeks and takes the duel, the raise just hides, and then his teammate dies. Like literally, he walked out. He walked out, took the duel, and the raise hid. There was no flash, nothing. That was so weird. He could have easily got the trade.
yeah. Oh, finally they tried to do something aggressive in garage, but unfortunately,
That was unlucky, though. He got spammed.
yeah.
Like through
At
smoke.
the same time, like we see Allow try to get some action
Like,
towards the
If
end.
he had a
one guy runs
rifle,
into-
if he had a rifle, he catches that guy though. In SMG.
Yeah, but even this round, one guy ran into garage alone, and one guy just peeked sewer, and both of them died. So it's
Yeah.
3v5, and there's just no trade potential anywhere.
And they're against 4 players. TenZ has the blaze storm ready to go. Oh! Out of the sky! Blast TenZ straight in the face. And there
This is
comes
not
the
gonna work.
ulti.
It's all back to
the way
C.
across
They
the
already
sea,
know.
but there
They're already
is alone
moving.
against 3. This is going to be quite difficult. Just the sheriff to go, and dapr's going to pepper.
Is he
him from
looking for a
distance
camera?
to
It's not
finish him
there.
off. Good
It
attempt.
was there, but not
Fantastic
like
Well,
but not
it's
there.
deep
It's
sea.
deep sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End result is the same. Sentinels
He had no
win.
idea where it was.
Despite all that, I don't care that they lost a round for Nuturn. That was an absolute monster of a shot there from Peri. To flick that into TenZ, flying in the air.
Man,
Still
Yeah, the
9-2
BM, I
in
love it.
favor of Sentinels. You still have, again, those little
I
silver
mean,
linings that gives you hope.
the scoreline
as a
is
Nuturn
kind of
fan.
expected.
And look at that. He's expected it the whole time.
Oof.
Just really
Still a
reading
nice
the
shot.
plays. Like I said, Nuturn are doing a good job.
As he's getting pulled
reading
too.
how Sentinels might be
Perfect
playing
timing.
these might be
Yeah.
playing overall, but it's just again.
Wait, it actually was
firepower, the
mid-pull. It
skill
was
Yeah.
mid-suck. Well,
for
he
Sentinels
was
seems to
moving.
be just a little bit too much right
I think it
now
was
for
just the
Nuturn.
second he was like the second it pulled,
They're
he
just
shot.
going all out here towards
Yeah.
the seaside den.
Here we go.
Off a fault line.
All right, look, it's last round. Please, here we go.
Do
Do you
Aggressive
okay
C
after
play.
seeing this performance against Sentinels? Do you see a Nuturn in the finals going when they get to lowers here?
Holding his ground at the back of the site. There goes Allow there. Updraft dash. On top
Like,
of
do you
the
realistically
box.
see this team beating a Fnatic or Liquid?
Suggest with the
I think
showstopper.
their Ascent and Split
Camera
looked
sync it all.
way better than their Bind and Haven. Way better. So, you know, if somehow they can manipulate the vetoes to only have to play one of them, which they technically could, maybe they're just so much better at the other maps that they can beat the EU teams. Well, they only have to beat one EU team, right?
Yeah.
Liquid has to play Fnatic, and then Nu plays the winner of that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think Nuturn can beat Liquid or Fnatic? I personally,
can't get it done, though.
I don't know. I just don't think so.
It's hard watching them get just stomped like this and expect them to be able to. Like, they did look decent on. They looked better on Split than they did on Ascent, and they didn't look that good on Ascent. It was really close, but they definitely have looked just not good on Bind or on Haven the whole tournament.
So you know what? I bet you they can beat a Liquid, but they can't beat a Fnatic. That's my guess. Just looking at comps.
I almost think it would be the other way.
Really?
I think Liquid just plays super like individual and just be able to pick off Nuturn, where Fnatic might give them, other than Durka, they might give them a little too much respect and like try to play a little bit more tactical, and maybe that's what, you know, a team like Nuturn actually does good against.
Just from the sheer fact that they didn't break the camera. It's been another
opposite opinions.
One single ability.
The reason I say that is just because of Liquid's kind of old comp.
Now with this pistol though, pressure is on.
That's true.
They're not feeling it for Nuturn because they're pressuring down towards Stewart.
And Fnatic plays Astra, right? Does Liquid?
No.
They play Brim, I know, on.
They don't play Viper either. They don't play any of those.
Okay, I mean, that's a good point then.
Yeah, that's like my only reasoning. It's just comps. It might feel a little bit more comfortable for them based off comps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, zombs gets caught by a fadeaway from lakia.
It's not over. It's not over.
Zombs left off. And dapr is now fighting by himself against ShahZaM and peri.
They got the pistol.
Bombs planted.
As much as possible.
Listen, it's Spike. Okay.
There goes peri though with the stick, and dapr is just counting on coming off of it.
Ooh.
It's not going to work out for dapr. Nuturn pick up a much-needed round, the pistol round no less, on this second half.
The Sentinels go for the full BM and just buy like Marshalls and Deagles here?
Oh yeah.
I feel like they do. Knowing them, they must, right?
Yeah, of course they buy this round.
The garage side was just very well done for Nuturn at this point. You said it, Dan. It was a much
give TenZ a Marshall. Give Sick like a Deagle or something.
There it is.
Sheriff. There it is. Deagle Sheriffs.
But Sentinels, they just want to close it out right now. Another Marshall in the hands of TenZ. He's setting up right now to try to get some sort of control towards the garage area. And the rest of them are now moving just behind him on grass. Looks like it's going to be B.
I can't believe Lakia didn't buy.
This is awesome. You would never expect to see him there.
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
Solo in a good position.
Actually, it's good that he didn't buy, it turned out.
Chaos here. Sentinels trying to spring off of TenZ's action. Nuturn control it though, slow it down.
I can't believe he gets that kill, TenZ, and dashes in. Hello?
And here they go through Garage.
Take your kill, take your W.
Ready and waiting.
Oh.
It's to be fair, it's not that common for two people to be B on second round.
Oh god, it's so scary.
But
finally finds the bullet onto zombs. dapr.
Yeah, but you're the one on the force by eco kind of, you know?
Yeah, but you're up 10-3.
Yeah, true, true. True, I guess you are up 10-3, so send it, right? Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Just get them out.
Yeah, true. Get them out.
Light comes through as well, and in goes Nuturn.
Okay.
Swing wide with that judge.
Okay.
And peri with the Spectre. Nice little combo there, and they'll close it down in favor
of
Nuturn. Oh, that was a bit scary though.
Surprised they didn't. Like, they just ran out like that, right? They ran out with a flashback bomb, and he hit a flick on the graffiti guy. But I'm surprised he didn't use his aftershock. Aftershock graffiti flash out. Like, aftershock graffiti flash the default flash to swing.
Yeah,
wouldn't that have been better?
I would think so.
It's a little bit shaky for Nuturn.
Might as well. It's like insurance if something goes wrong.
fault line doesn't hit anybody, but you got to
Maybe they just Solo maybe just has the CS thing where it's like it's a 2v1 or 2v2, just gun out, go in and trade.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, it's a judge, so just one shots him if they're anywhere close.
Yeah, maybe not let him get any space at all. Just let him stay as close as possible, so get there fast. Maybe that's what he's thinking. But then again, I very rarely see Solo use his Aftershock. I'll be honest.
Dude, that was one of the most fun abilities is Breach too. I think it should be able to kill Killjoy ult.
Well, it probably will soon. Just because just looking at the blog post that they said that the way Breach is played right now, everybody just holds on to flashes, and the other utility that he has isn't used enough, and they don't think it's like they don't think it's good enough, so they're gonna buff the other abilities in some way. The flashes will remain the same. So I'm thinking maybe an Aftershock to kill utility.
And that's 2 for
Maybe.
Solo. That is huge. Gets to upgrade to the Phantom. A 5
I feel like
now
just Killjoy ult would be enough.
Well, yeah.
Who else it couldn't really
You
kill?
can't really kill anything else, but
Yeah, the Killjoy turret, I guess. Sure, why not?
that's what I'm saying. Just throw it in there so it can kill anything.
Yeah.
Just that's a pretty big radius. It might accidentally blow something up.
Very good chance for Sentinels to win this round. Oh, the jump shot is a great way to start things off here. TenZ covering with the daggers, and Sick is going to be doing an even better job.
He's bailing him out though.
Yeah.
Just like that, it's a 1 versus 3 here for Nuturn. Peri
wins these.
Hell of a task on his hands, and
You think so?
Oh yeah, he wins these. Watch this.
Okay, I'm watching. I'm
Peri
watching.
can find that first opening engagement. Sentinels with a great peek there.
Almost.
Almost.
One player lower down.
Nice try. Nice try.
Double peek. You can't really beat that too easily.
Damn, dude, that right there was just looked like land diff, by the way. Online, I feel like with how low TenZ was, you could have easily gotten away with peeking and getting a couple shots off before you went down. But he died so fast when he peeked right there.
Yeah.
Like
that was insane how fast he died.
That just turned things over right there for
Yeah, I can't really speak to. I've never played this game online yet, so I feel like this game, Sag. I always thought Jet would be worse because I feel like the online hitboxes for Jet and Raze when they're moving super fast are broken, but Jets are just as powerful here.
I don't know. I feel like the hitboxes are fine.
Even when Jet's like in the air and Raze is double satchelating into your face.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I just think it's just hard to hit. That's all. Just in general, you know. Just like an awkward, like an awkward movement you're not used to, especially as CS players, right?
Yeah, sometimes you just have to flick your mouse way in the air and swat a Jet out of the sky like she's a little fly.
Yeah, like that's
Oh my!
That's a play.
That's 2 players now against 3, so he's really created. Allow has created a chance for his team. I mean, Peri is kind of far away though.
Go next.
This will be a very tough one.
GG go next.
GG go next.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that to worry about, but TenZ is so lethal. There's not too much to be done about that one.
Yeah, when there's no pulse plan utilities that you have to worry about, maybe from shock darts, you still have the firepower that Sentinels has to worry about too. Though that was a nasty shot, and unfortunately, this is gonna be a round to think about.
Nuturn did better than I expected. So
you see how Solo's
that's a W in my eyes.
Like the tournament or
the
just
tournament?
today?
The tournament.
They're not out yet.
They're
They're in the lower bracket finals.
They're out.
They're top 3, Shroud.
They're out.
What do you mean? They're top 3.
Yeah, but they're out.
It's going to be very difficult to find the recovery.
So you're saying there's no chance they could be either Fnatic or
really
Liquid?
How they opened the
No.
round, so
Well,
they
yeah.
went for that push in mid. I think that was really
That's what
smart.
you're saying right now.
No.
Sentinels off guard on that timing, but
There's always a
ultimately,
chance, but no,
you know,
there's no
we
chance.
then had like 2 more pushes.
There's a chance, but there's
Does that
no
make
chance.
sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
It's looking
Thanks.
like it's coming apart a little bit, but we'll see. We'll have to see if they're able to.
You never
find
know though.
something.
You know, maybe Peri
Yeah,
wakes
they've
up
had
tomorrow,
to force buy.
gets
This is
some,
it. This is match point now for
starts
Sentinels.
owning, carrying.
Maybe
I feel like
pick,
yesterday he
maybe
played
picks
good.
Astra.
Solo and
Yeah.
Suggest they're just fighting.
Maybe they
Imagine
just,
that.
like,
Fighting in
Tomorrow
mid.
their whole comp is changed.
That would be. That's a power move if they do that. No way.
It's a Guardian long range. Oh, TenZ gets the kill. And despite them getting the kills, they're still falling back here, Dan. So still giving respect to Sentinels. And now Suggest is by himself.
Oh. He jumped into it.
And just like that, it looks like
that was an easy dodge.
That's one way to lose. That's one way to lose.
Oh,
you had man
man.
advantage, and you still lost.
Oh, man.
And he's gonna get peppered from all sides, and there we go. Sentinels
okay, I predicted 13-6, but it 13-4.
To take the series to move forward to the grand
Well,
finals.
grand finals, easy. That was like, I feel like that was the easiest grand finals ever for Sentinels.
In this tournament,
Like the run, yeah.
It's so easy. They're just running over everybody.